Well, hello there, and welcome back to another E2 ITK update. Tonight we're going to talk about the 4th birthday celebration and all of the things that have happened and been accomplished over the last year. Shane and the team have definitely shown a lot of progress throughout the year. This is Earth2 in the Know, and let's get into it. Before we go any further, we do want to remind people to go ahead and look for the winner of this week's competition somewhere inside the video. Just as a reminder, someone is going to be taking home a nice 1 of 250 limited edition Earth2 collectible skin. So, we have seen a few setbacks thanks to regulations, that is without a doubt. Unfortunately, many people have used this as ammunition to negate the serious amount of accomplishments we've seen so far over the last year. It is easy to forget about everything else that has been happening when there is one major obstacle in the way. That is why tonight we're going to take a look at what has happened over the last year. We hope you enjoy this little trip down memory lane. It should be a pretty good time. The end of the year 2023 finished out the remaining resources over the last few months, and December closed out the year with a look at the E2 Skin Blueprint system. With this came the announcement for the skin store. Direct quote from the website says, "We're pleased to introduce the Earth2 Skin Store, a place where you can acquire and in the future trade collectible skins of various items to use inside of our 3D world, E2v1, end quote. January started out with us learning about the power of essence.
Of course, to all of us, there was no secret. We knew what essence was. It was a currency, but to Earth2, it was so much more.
They described it as, essence is not only a commodity or a resource, it's also a power with the ability to become a reflection of its owner's pulse, a dynamic force that rises and falls with the tides of collective conviction. When belief skyrockets, essence has the potential to soar, pulsating with a surge of renewed power and strength. When belief or desire wanes, its dynamism of energy and strength wanes with it. Shane was quoted as saying, "I have been very excited to confirm this locked fiat adaptable token value system for some time. The system's objective is to establish a robust economic basis for all existing and prospective essence holders inside of Earth2. Later in the month we met Archeok, who with him would bring the start of a whole new series of collectible limited edition skins for the year. The following skins would be released throughout the rest of the year. The beginning of March would bring us Copera, who saw the radioactive and pure gold sell out in about 5 minutes, which we now know is a pretty big trend for a while there. A few days later, we saw the Hiker's Haven skin release, which the team deemed as a cute and comfortable outfit suitable for any E2 adventurer. Then a few weeks later into March, we got one of the channel's favorite skins, the Anubis. It's an Egyptian-influenced masterpiece. With the end of March bringing Jolly Roger to the party, who was a pirate sailing the seas in search of essence. There are, of course, the random drops like the Essence Tea, the Easter drop, the Cyber Ring cutout, and a few other novelties. However, the next major drop would come near the end of May and would be a player-submitted skin named the Eternal Crusader, a valiant knight ready to set out for adventure. Around the beginning of July, we saw the Dragon's Claw Ember, which was yet another community-designed skin. with Hawk to follow just a few short weeks later. We believe this was also a community-submitted design. Skins got a little slow for a while as the team continued to work on V1, but eventually the month of September brought us Murcielago, which is the current one that has 2 variations at the time of production, still yet left to release. While throughout the year there were quite a few skins and a great variety for users to add to the collection, there was way more happening behind the scenes. Things were happening such as in February there was a retroactive airdrop for Tier 1 properties that were affected by the locked countries. This was a huge issue because it ensured that everybody's accounts were made current and whole before the launch of the Essence token. Saying that the community was super excited to see this happening was a huge understatement. The next thing to happen was a pretty exciting development because essentially it was the birth of Earth2 in the know, in a way. Earth2's team decided that it would be a great idea for content creators to be rewarded for their efforts. And so, Yellow Energy was created. So what is Yellow Energy and how does it work? Well, just to keep it simple, Yellow Energy is a way to exchange points for Essence and the ability to upgrade your properties. You can receive these points by creating posts, videos, music, anything that spreads the word about Earth2. Being from a media background, we decided to throw our hat in the ring and create a little station all of our own.
We are still relatively a small channel, but we are looking to expand. And once E2 is live, we will be doing so. However, in the meantime, we are so grateful to everyone here who is a subscriber, a supporter, and a fellow believer in Earth2. The Yellow Energy was just the beginning of how exciting of a month March would be for Earth2. Following that announcement, we got the pre-alpha invite, where users could submit their machines to be a pre-alpha tester. Many users applied, but as we all know, not everyone could be chosen, or at least at first. So the list was kept to about 500 users who are now currently waiting for the testing to begin. Around the middle of the month, we got the announcement about the partnership between Earth2 and Metagravity. This was an amazing development as this company is specifically designed to create large-scale user environments. As is known in the gaming industry, concurrent user environments. Near the end of the month, we got some playable footage of Earth2 as Shane premiered the game at the Game Developers Conference 2024. It was there where we first got to see the playable maps, the property lines, and the beginning of what we truly believe is going to be the people's metaverse. We just want to take a second to thank all of our regular audience, as well as anyone who may be tuning into the channel for the very first time. Would also love to send out this invitation for you if you are not a subscriber to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We try to do pretty consistent updates and have weekly giveaways, plus the community is pretty freaking awesome. To continue with the timeline, near the end of March we see that there have been 200 lucky winners for a pre-alpha invite contest where they've given away over $15,000 worth of land. Unfortunately, we were not a winner, but hey, no hard feelings. But hey, congratulations to everybody who was though. Enter April and the community is given the white paper. Here we learn about how there's going to be a cap on all of the assets. We also learn important details about how things like broadcasting will work, and the fact that there will ever only be 1 billion tokens in existence, and that they contain a halving mechanism at certain levels. It was quite the celebration in all of the groups of people who have already formed communities inside of the Earth2 metaverse. The white paper was well received for the most part, but of course it did share its fair bit of criticism from the outsiders. There were certain individuals who were not keen on how the mechanics worked, others who thought that they had a better plan on how it should be marketed, and the fact that there would be no liquidity pool added by Earth2 was a major disappointment in certain circles. Of course, with keeping things close to the chest, the team was unable to reveal why they chose not to add liquidity. However, most people assumed because it would make them an exchange, and susceptible to the SEC and their regulations. 3 weeks into April, we found ourselves facing another Earth2 day, and once again, we've got supercharged Ether waiting for us in our accounts. As incredible as that development was, it was not the most exciting part of that announcement. Well, at least not for the crypto enthusiast in the community. That would come in the form of a MetaMask direct connection from the profile of your E2 user account. Finally, users could offload their currency into their MetaMask wallets into preparation for the launch of the token to the public. Obviously, we're currently sailing through the year as we get through the video, but June was a month for milestones. Beginning with June 1st, when Essence went live on the market to the public. There was an immediate buying and selling frenzy as people were trying to secure their positions. We did see several users sell for quite a bit in the very beginning due to somebody creating a pool with way too high of a value. They were new to the market and made a mistake. However, for the most part, it did stay around 14 cents once everything settled and the buying and selling continued amongst the users. As the market started to take a major decline, so did the value of the Essence token. We are currently stable in the market of between 4 and 5 cents USD, and hope it stays that way until V1 launches. Unless it wants to take an extreme run in value, we wouldn't mind that so much either. Near the end of June, we got introduced to what was called the Earth2 land upgrade system using Essence. This was another amazing development as users realized that they would no longer need to sync their national currency inside of the ecosystem in order to upgrade their lands and produce more Essence. Most importantly, it added more use case to Essence, therefore potentially giving it more value in the long run. Speaking of giving Essence more utility, about a week later, we learned that we could also use it to purchase skins instead of trading fiat for e-dollars. Once again, giving Essence more use case and keeping the user from having to come out of pocket when they're already heavily invested into the ecosystem. Keep in mind that the whole time this is happening, we're currently getting sneak peeks of game engine footage through the updates and the skin releases. It was great to see that the team had continued to work through all of the diversity and all of the ridicule. We feel like we're not doing our due justice to the critics if we do not address that around the month of May there was a payout controversy that needed to be addressed by Shane. Many users had been waiting on requests for payouts for months with no signs of resolution. Understandably, this did not sit well with some. Seemingly enough, after the Essence token became an official currency traded on the global open market, it then opened up Earth2 to certain MiCA regulations, markets and crypto assets, causing a halt to all fiat currency payouts. It's kind of a disaster. Back to the midsummer month of July, and we have what looks like to be a solution to the payout debacle. The team has developed a system where you can trade in your white balance for essence and sell the essence on the open market. Does this add selling pressure? Does this probably influence the price to go down a little bit? Possibly. However, the alternative is that no one gets paid, the company loses its credibility, it goes under, and everybody loses all of their assets. As much as it was not an ideal solution for a lot of players, honestly, they did what they could. The great news is that here we are several months later, and a lot of players have been paid out, including some very large balances of multiple thousands of dollars in USD. Fast forward to August, and we get our first glimpse of the minigame Earth2 Hordes. Earth2 Hordes is actually the very first Earth2 play-to-earn game inside of the metaverse. How it works is that players stake their essence inside of their Mentor. This generates payouts to players who come to defend it from the hordes of creatures inside of Earth2. From what we understand here at the station, and somebody correct us if we're wrong in the comments, but there is a split between the landowner and the players once these hordes have been defeated and the rewards are distributed. Around the second week of August, we saw the official Earth2 trailer that they released when they premiered it at the GDC, the Game Developers Conference. While most of the community had already seen this footage, it was great to get it in an official, professional-looking format. Probably our favorite part of August, though, was seeing the wildlife in Earth2. As major animal lovers in the real world, it was great to know that there would be a representation of some of our favorite things on Earth2. The animals range from small fluffy little bunnies to ferocious tigers and bears. Oh my. From herds of deer to bears frolicking in the snow, it was now abundantly clear that we would see lots and lots of different types of animals on the platform. As we all know, September and October are usually pretty quiet months leading up to the birthday month for E2. However, in September, we were given a look at the Horde gameplay mechanics, and were shown how the first play-to-earn mechanics will look. Which brings us to October, where we were shown the launcher for the game, and we slowly eased into the birthday month, which is where we find ourselves now. Now, Shane has promised that there will be a few articles released and some videos, which usually come with game updates. He even teases that within 12 months, players could possibly be accessing their land while they create experiences over the platform. This was said through an amazing creator's video that everybody knows. Mr. Pacey, who by the way did a fantastic job on the 4th birthday video from all of us. It sounds like there's going to be a lot to look forward to over the next 12 months. We cannot wait to see what comes next. Our channel tried to be as fair and thorough as possible about all of the developments throughout the year. Of course, there were several instances where people thought they had inside information, and that turned out to be nothing burgers. There was harsh criticism of how things were handled in the Discord, but in the team's defense, they cannot let it be like the Wild Wild West in there. Giddy up. Obviously, we lost some team members because of some unscrupulous activities. However, it looks like new devs have been acquired and added to the team, and they're working hard. There is a lot of work that needs to be done to get us to the point where the vision is headed. But because of the community and the constant perseverance through vigorous scrutiny, we at the channel are believers. Once more, thank you so much for coming in and checking out the content, leaving great feedback, and being part of the community. Let's go ahead and find a winner to this week's contest, who will be taking home a 1 of 250 limited edition Earth 2 collectible. Congratulations to Crypto Miner Olin 1805, who will be taking home this week's prize. You can reach out to me via the official Earth 2 Discord. We're easy to find. You're going to find our name in green under content creators. Reach out. We'll be glad to go ahead and get you that code. Congratulations. The real winner is all of us, though, as we watch history being created. Thanks so much to everybody who tuned in and checked out the video. One more time, I'd like to invite you to subscribe. Again, not only do we do frequent content keeping everybody up to date with what's going on, but we also do weekly giveaways, and we'd love to have you in the comments. We're going to go ahead and end this video now, but as you know, never forever. As always, we cannot wait to see you in the Earth 2 metaverse, maybe even within the year. Happy birthday, Earth 2.